Let me see here. Adjust things a little bit. Ah, well, what do you say, girl? Huh? What do you say? Huh? Poor Sheila. Let me see. Let's see if we can get you in the. There we go. What do you say, sweetheart? Hmm? You say hello? I say, really? Really? What do you see? I think the cats are both in the house, so yeah, the house. Yes, I know. I know. It's been rough. It's been really rough, hasn't it? I know. I know. Well, if I have anything to say about it, this won't happen again. No, this won't happen again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hello, Christy Bats. Oh, this is Sheba. Adjust this here. Oh, yes, we are keeping Sheba company for a little while. Poor Sheba. She has been on lockdown. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. She's not too impressed. what? What, sweetie? Oh, the poor baby. Hi, Jane. Oh, I tell you. Yeah, it's been a rough week. Needless to say, all of us women go through these things. You got it, Christy. And I've been keeping an eye on her and keeping an eye on her. Uh, I mean, I knew that early on that she wasn't really at risk for getting pregnant. But then one day she went out with the goats. The goats came back. Sheba did not come back. I went hunting for her. I knew what direction they had gone in, didn't I? Yes, I did. And I had gone up the hill on paved road. And when I turned around and I came back, she was running up the hill and she was not alone. Thankfully, one thing that I worked very hard with her on was come, didn't I? Yes. We're still not like super perfect, but she's pretty good at the come, aren't you? Yeah, especially when I throw your name into it. The boys took off, and she stayed there, and she did come to me when I called her, and trying to get her into the back seat of the truck. Let's just say she hasn't learned that she can jump, and that's okay. We She doesn't need to learn to jump, okay? Because the fence that she's in with the goat pen, it is jumpable for a dog of her size. Um, yeah, it is, but we won't tell you that you're capable of doing it, right? Yeah, so that's fine. She can think that she can't. I got a breeze coming in here. So anyway, so I got her in the truck and I locked her in the barn, and she has been in the barn since, oh, was that Monday or Tuesday? I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what day. And I've been checking her, and she stopped bleeding last night. So, which means my Pyrenees mix are the same way, but they rarely go in the car. Yeah, exactly. And I don't want her to easily go in a car because, you know, she could get stolen because she does run with the goats. Okay. And unfortunately, it's been a couple of times where they have gone down to the paved road, and I don't want them down there. There's no there's no need of them going down there. Of course, that was before things started really blooming, and things are starting to green up around here now. So I'm hoping that the risk is a lot less now. But now, oh, I know, sweetheart. I keep put my hand down, and she like noses it up. Said, "No, keep petting me." She's a love. She really is. She's a good dog. Love her to pieces. Uh, did I scold her? No, I did not scold her. I mean, it's like she's just going running purely on instinct, you know? So it's not her fault. She doesn't know. So unfortunately, I feel bad that she's got to be locked up in the barn, but I mean, I got no other place to put her right now where she would be safe. Um, Nervous about her getting out, even though that would be a possibility, as much as I'm nervous about a determined male dog getting in, right? Yeah. So that's my biggest concern. And we don't need puppies, not right now. And actually, after this experience, the only reason she is not fixed at this point is because the people that I bought her from said that she had really good genetics, and she was encouraging me to have her bred. Going through this, see, I just went through that a few weeks ago, and I have two males. Yeah. See, after going through this, it's like I only have one livestock guardian dog, and right now I can't afford a second one. Okay, it's not cheap to feed these dogs and take care of them. You know, she has to get that the pill to keep the ticks off of her, and I got to keep the ticks off of her because they carry all kinds of diseases. So, in order to keep her healthy, I get her the pill. I get the Seresto collars because they last for 8 months, and the pill only lasts for 3 months. Um, but I didn't think that the collar would make good contact with her skin because she's got such a thick coat. So I figured, you know what? I'll just go ahead and get the pill for her. It's considered a farm expense because she is a farm employee, so to speak. Okay, so, but after going through this, I will be making an appointment for her to get fixed. I do believe I have until October. So I got to figure out when it would be the best time for her to go in because I want her. And I know that Moo is. My nose run a little bit. Moo is on the cusp of, right on the verge of kidding. Okay, her udder's getting really big, and she's like getting quite round. So Moo is due to kid, I'd say by the end of the month, if not sooner. Um, don't know about Daisy yet. Not real sure. I mean, there are days I look at her, I think she's bred. Other days I look at her, so I don't know. Mama looks like she's bred, but I don't think she will be due before May. Um, Moo's daughter Joy is due. She's bred. I know that. Pretty sure there. And I have a feeling she may not be long after her mother, but I'm not sure. And Ruthie also is bred. I'm not sure that Little Miss is bred. Um, she doesn't look to me like she is, but she could have been bred late. So if she has any, it'll be much later. So anyway, I need to say I want her around for kidding. Okay. She will probably kid in the middle of a spring thunder. Yeah, yeah. I've been they're talking about a major storm brewing later this week. I don't know if we are going to be hit with it or not. I have a dog named Ruthie. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have my goat name is Ruthie. She's named after my mother. That's another story. Um, I helped me name some of these goats. so, um, so anyway, yeah. So Ruthie is she's not as tame as some of the others. She is the one that if I say Cookie, she does not necessarily come. She's looking just because all the other goats are coming, but she's the only one that will not come for a cookie. So this is going to be interesting. We'll see how she does when she kids. Which I guess is a good thing that Sugar is the one who had the prolapse problem because I could not sell Ruthie as a pet. She's just not. She's not friendly. Whereas Sugar is so friendly. Oh, she is so sweet. I'm going to miss her when I have to get rid of her. But she's. I'm going to really try hard to sell her as a pet. Um, I was kind of hoping that friend that another friend's place. He's uh he's vegetarian, and so I know that he won't eat her. um, but I asked him if he wanted a pet goat, and he was going to check with his fiance to see if they'd be interested. I said you can't breed her, not even from to be able to milk her. She can't be bred. So hopefully, if they don't take her, then I'll have to try and sell her as a pet. I think I'll be able to sell her. She's really sweet. Anybody who meets her would say, yeah. So, oh, how many do I have? Oh, I got 3 thumbs up, or no, 3 watching, 1 thumbs up. So, yeah, somebody's here besides you, Christy and Jean. That's okay. I oftentimes watch live streams and I don't pop in either. So, I'm just busy doing other things. I'm just listening, you know. So, and besides, sometimes those bigger channels, the live stream goes a lot faster. The chat goes faster. So I just can't keep up. So anyway, no, Christy, I don't know if you would know this or not. There was 4 a while ago. Oh, was there? Okay. I'm not always watching. Sometimes people's internet goes in and out too. So who knows? Or maybe they don't like looking at the backdrop. It's kind of a mess. Everything needs to be organized. It's getting close to spring cleanup. Yeah, that's okay. Would you listen to Sheba? No. Think it's just chickens. It's just chickens. This is the bad part. Anyway, you're right. I am listening while I'm out in the garage putting around. Yep. I don't know if that was a dog or a chicken. Wasn't sure. Anyway, you didn't respond. So, anyway, yeah. So, I did make some progress this week. I got 3 out of 4 garden boxes filled. They're ready to receive, to be planted. Now, the 4th one, it's not quite ready. I need to put some more sticks or something. Like sometimes I'll pick up manure from, like Chucky walks around. He's free ranging with the goats. So sometimes he makes deposits here and there. So if I come across any of his deposits, I'll throw that in the bottom of the garden box. Honey was out a couple days ago, and she left a deposit up there on the hill. I'll clean that up and I'll put that in the garden box. Because it's a fairly deep box, and I'll probably plant things like radishes, lettuces. I don't know if I'm ready to put carrots. I might try my hand at a few carrots. I'm not going to go crazy. Maybe some onions. Yes, my dear. If you hear heavy breathing, it's Sheba. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that box is, because it's so tall, I'm going to put short things in there, things that don't grow very tall. Um, I have strawberries to plant. I don't know if that box is going to be big enough for strawberries. Um, what I was thinking about doing for strawberries, and I don't know for sure if this is going to work, is I've got quite a bit of leftover gutter. Um, Now, I want some for some other projects, but um, I got plenty. And I was thinking about maybe making putting strawberries in a gutter and hanging that on the fence that I have to put up. I mean, it's a thought. I don't know for sure. What? She's putting her head down on my lap. Is it? Oh, poor baby. You got to feel sorry for her, you know? You got to feel sorry for her. Poor baby. Uh, but she's not a bad dog. She's a good dog. She's a really good dog. So it was because I think we had every single season last week. Every single season. It was it Wednesday, I think, that was really hot. You know, I was running around in a tank top. Okay. It was that warm, trying to get stuff done. And then yesterday morning we got snow. Okay, and we had it was below 30 degrees last night, quite chilly. And I ran out of wood in the house, so I didn't make a fire this morning. So that's all right. We lived through it. I knew it was going to warm up into the 60s today. Forget it, Sheba. You're not going out. I'm sorry, sweetie. Anyway, yes, I was going to be asking you, Christy, do you know how long after they stop bleeding that they are at risk of getting pregnant? Okay, because I'm trying to figure out how long I have to keep her on lockdown. It was in the 30s this weekend. Yeah, I think it got. I think we got to 40 yesterday. We finally got to 40. But other than that, it was cold. I kept the goats in longer. I did eventually let them out because they get antsy if they're kept in that small pen for too long. I really, really want to get the fence put in that pasture so that I don't have to keep them penned up in that small pen. I can let them out into a larger pen. You know, I hear a helicopter coming up over the ridge. You know, like on MASH. No, it's probably not that kind of helicopter, but it's being awful loud. So I don't know if you can hear that or not. So anyway, yeah, I really want to get that fence up. It's 3 weeks total. 1 week in, one standing, and 1 week going out. They can get pregnant till the end. Really? Oh, stink. I thought they couldn't get pregnant when they were bleeding, that they could only get pregnant for a small window right after they stopped bleeding. It's like, it feels just so mean to keep her locked up for all that time. That would mean she'd have to be locked up for at least another 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure she was bleeding for a week. I was kind of hoping I could let her out on Friday. Oh, that just stinks. I don't like that at all. But at the same time, I don't want puppies. She's definitely getting fixed. There's no way around it. You know, I can't. It's not good for the goats to be out, free ranging without her protection. And it's me. It just doesn't seem right for her to be locked up in the barn for all that time. Man, that just stinks. Doesn't that depend on the breed too? Man. Oh, Christy, why did you have to tell me that? Oh man, now I'm going to be upset. No, they accept the male the middle week, but that egg's still viable. Stink. Man. Yeah, I guess that they don't ovulate right away when they accept the male, do they? What do you say, Sheba? Don't they have birth control pills for dogs? Oh, I thought that there was some kind of a shot or something that they could give a dog to break its heat, you know. But I asked the vet about that. She said no, put a diaper on them. That's about it. It's like, yeah, could you see me putting a diaper on Sheba? Can you imagine how long that would last? 5 seconds, if I'm lucky. It's like, oh, yeah. I guess if you're gonna to get mine spayed, oh, I tell you, it's rough. Unless you want puppies, really, honestly, it's just not worth it to go through this. I don't remember going through all this with Gracie. Now we haven't got Gracie fixed yet. We want to, but it hasn't been that difficult to keep her under control. Of course, she's a house dog, so we just keep her in the house, and if she's outside, we have her supervised. But you can't do that with a working dog. You just can't. So, unless you have a kennel to put them in, or a good secure, it's like it's just not worth it. I mean, if I had another uh, livestock guardian dog, maybe possibly, but this is just no. This is not good. It feels like it's mean to Sheba, and it's not good for the goats, and it's just not good. Period. So yeah, for sure, she's getting fixed. Not going through this again. Oh my, five dogs that are fully intact. Oh man, my heart goes out to you, Christy. I don't know how you do it. You know, I will say I didn't waste any time getting Mercy fixed. Well, I wasted too much time because she did go into heat, but and she was so annoying. That whole time she was so annoying. She was far more annoying than Gracie ever was. So I got her fixed right away because I wasn't going to be putting up with that. Nope. And I didn't want kittens. I mean, thankfully, we didn't have any tomcats around here. So I don't know if the coyotes clean up the cats or what. I don't know. But there's really not very many cats around. I'm surprised. Dogs, there are dogs all over the place. I can imagine. I know what I'm going through with just one, let alone five. Holy mackerel, girl. Oh, but yeah, I was just looking at that board. That doesn't look too sturdy. Anyway, it's just a temporary wall that I have up for the barn. Oh, I did what I. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. I did get a good night's sleep last night. Anyway, uh, I do have my boy goats penned up. Um, Billy and Big Boy and Little Man. I know, aren't those original names? Well, hopefully Big Boy's going to be getting sold as a stud. I had three females come in. Oh, the torture. Oh, my dear. Oh, that had to have been rough. I guess what you do a rotation with them? Oh, man, that's unless, of course, you're breeding them. Then I guess, that wouldn't be so bad, I guess. You have all your puppies all at once. We're pretty close to each other. But I'm not. I was told, I could sell the puppies and, make my money back for what I spent. Oh man. No puppies. Yeah. See, I was told I could make my money back with what I spent to buy her. And it's like, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm sorry. It's just not. My goats, the goats are supposed to be the moneymaker. The goats and the chickens. Okay. I've made I did sell some birds this week. Um, and I've just been debating push to hatch more. I just not real sure because my feed guy was saying that he went to an auction and the chickens weren't bringing very good money. But I've had people. I mean, I put my birds on Dial and Deal and on the radio, and I had people call me about them, and they want more. And it's like I sold all the ones I think I want to sell. I want to keep a couple of young ones back, um, but I don't know if I want to. Um, Chickens weren't going very well, and the price of feed is so high right now. So I just wasn't sure if I should try and breed some more, hatch some more. What? My few chickens are at a friend's in Tennessee. I really miss them. Oh yes. I know when I had to get rid of my chickens up in New Jersey, I missed them. I was talking to somebody this morning, and so I had guineas, and I found them very annoying. I mean, I was trying to give them a go. I really was trying to give them a go, but honestly, I didn't miss them too much when they were gone. I mean, I did erase something, kind of miss them, but it was quieter without them. Now the chickens, I love the chickens. I really do. They run around here. They're scratching in the dirt and they're looking for bugs and they eat the fresh green grass and other whatever other odd green bits they find that they like. And they do a great job. And I'll tell you, the yolks, my egg yolks, not mine, the chicken's egg yolks, they are so dark. I think even the ones I had up in New Jersey, I don't think were as dark as these. Okay, so they're healthy. The darker they are, the healthier they are. So I took a bunch of eggs to church this morning and gave them away. I've had some people. I got chickens or roosters or ducks or what have you, and I've got, if anybody's interested, I've got some eggs. Okay, I said, and I'll go ahead and if you need them, you can have them, just free of charge. And I've had some people give me money for them. I've had some people take them no charge, and that's fine. I just don't want to see them go to waste. And when I take them to church, I give them. I don't sell them. I give them out to, and that it's my way of giving back. Um, you know, uh, I don't have a whole lot that I can give, but I got plenty of eggs. I had plenty of chickens. Somebody asked me this morning how many chickens I had, and I said I have no idea. My husband obsesses about counting things, so he counted, and he says he figures we've got about 20. Um, and a lot of those are old, so older. They're I think they're coming into their third year. So if I'm gonna get some young blood out of them, I need to hatch their eggs. I haven't got hatched out any lavenders yet, and I really want some lavenders. I showed my daughter the comparison of the yolk with a store-bought egg. It's amazing the difference. Yes, it is. And one of the ladies I gave eggs to today, she was saying the same thing. They just aren't the same. I said, I know, because they're not getting what God designed them to get. They're not out. Most of those, battery chickens, they're not getting the sunlight. They're not getting the free choice menu. The green grass and the yummy bugs and whatever else they find. I've even seen the house. They'll eat mice and snakes and lizards and they'll eat just about anything. You know, um, Not to mention the bugs, and they'll eat ticks too. By the way, and that's all good for them. And it's like I always cringed when I saw a chicken in the grocery store. Okay, being sold as fed a vegetarian diet. Why? That even a selling point? Because I mean, if you're vegetarian, you're not going to eat the chicken anyway. So why are they saying that the chicken is fed a vegetarian diet? When a chicken is not a vegetarian, a chicken is an omnivore. That always bugged me. I said, why? Why is it a selling point? So I don't know. I don't know. You got me on that one. so so anyway, I'm hoping that we have seen the last of winter. Toenails painted red. Oh my daughter knows not to go around them in flip-flops now. Yep. Now you're gonna have red painted toenails. No way. Yeah, I had somebody give me some tomatoes and it's more than what we could eat. So the chickens got some. I didn't even have to do anything. I just chucked them out the door, and oh man, they chased them down. And we got some strawberries the other day, and I cut the tops off and I threw them out for the chickens. Oh, they were loving it. So, oh my. So yeah. um I wouldn't go near any chickens with anything red on my feet for sure. Oh my. Yeah, so oh yeah, where was my train of thought here when I get distracted? Oh, yeah. So we're looking at a spring cleanup, and I got to get the goat barn cleaned out because all the bedding and the manure and everything from the winter, because they would uh, screw scatter the hay on the floor and stuff. So you've got the manure and the straw and the hay and manure and bee and all that stuff. Okay, very deep bedding in that goat barn, and that's got to get cleaned out because I want to put that up at the top of the hill, at the top of my driveway. There's a flat spot on the hill that I want to put that on there, and I'm going to plant in that. I'm going to plant stuff up there that doesn't need to have constant care. Um, like tomatoes and stuff like that. You got to prune them and you got to harvest and stuff like that. Whereas I want to plant stuff like winter squash and some pumpkin, maybe some watermelon, stuff that doesn't need a lot of attention. Sweet potatoes, maybe some regular potatoes, because they don't need constant attention. Okay, that's right. And you plant them and they grow, and then come harvest time, that's when you go up there and you collect them. So depending on how thick I can make it up there, because it's not going to be easy because it's uphill. Okay, I gotta cart the buggy. I either have to use the wagon or the muck bucket to haul it up there, and then I gotta because there's a hill at the driveway. This is the driveway, then there's a steep incline like that. So I don't even climb that hill, but then it flattens out, okay, and you got a flat spot. And then there's another hill. So, and it's a pretty good sized flat spot. So if I can keep the goats out of it, that'll be the fun part too, keeping goats out of it. I do have a roll of fence over here. I would not put a goat in that fence to keep it in, but I think I can get away. It's welded wire. It's cheap. Okay. If you're trying to keep livestock in, you want better fencing. But I think it'll be all right for keeping them out because they have lots of other things that they can eat on. So anyway, yeah, if I can get that done, I'm hoping I can get that done this week. Because generally speaking, around here, I believe planting time is around the 15th of April. I got to double check that, but that's supposed to be the last frost date. But this year, who knows? Thankfully, I didn't have anything in the ground. Nothing that solid anyway. There was a couple of things I found green in the compost that I bought, and it's like just for see if it would do anything. I planted them in the one bed. There was a bean seed that had sprouted, and there was a small turnip. It wasn't green, but it was the small turnip. It had roots on it. So yeah, I'll stick that in there. And there was I think it was a leek. It kind of smelled oniony. It had a green top. It's like, so I planted that in there. I think that might, unless some other green comes up anyway, because that was the only thing green sticking up out of the ground. Not the ground, the dirt. So, but the other things, we'll see if anything comes of it. I think the bean is a kidney bean, not a kidney bean, a pinto bean, I think. It's kind of hard to tell for sure, but I think that's what it was. Stuck that in there. I don't know if anything's going to come of it. If it doesn't, oh well, it's just feeding the compost, right? So, have you ever tethered the goats to eat brush? No, I have not. You'd have to train your goat to do that. Daisy, his owner, but I have so much brush around here. I just let them go, and they make a circuit. They do a circuit around main base here. I watch them now. Occasionally, they go a little bit further than what I like, but for the most part, they do make a circuit, and they know where it's greening up, and I've seen them make a beeline for it, and it's pretty green down by the creek right now. I got a lot of briars, the little wild rose bushes kind of thing. A lot of those along the creek, especially the one end of the property. And so they go in there and they clean that up. And I've got a big patch up on the hill, and I got stuff all around me. So I do, however, I do want to plant more brush, get more brush growing to feed them with, so they stay close to home. But I don't have too much real handy. What I have the most of, believe it or not, real close to the cabin is daffodils. Believe it or not, I've got daffodils coming out my eyeballs, I tell you. Got them all over the place. Somebody really liked them. There's tons of wild blackberry coming on the property. Yeah, I've got a lot of that too. I've got it on my property, and I've got it below my property. Oh, hi, Bandana Grandma. How nice to see you here. You caught me. You caught me just in time, huh? I just got a whiff of something I think I need to clean up. It's smelling kind of manure. Yeah, could be the run. The run in needs to be cleaned out too. But the goat barn is going to be the priority because I can plant directly into that. Okay, so that's going to go up on the hill, and then the run-in shed right here behind me, that needs to get cleaned out and compost that right over here on the hillside. I just came in from composting, gardening, fruit trees. Yeah, taking a break and caught you. Aha! And guess what we're talking about? Yeah, it's a lovely compost. I bought compost this year for my raised beds because I knew I wasn't going to have enough for them all because some of them are deep. So I got about half of it used. I got another half. I'm hoping I can get some more raised beds built. But I got to get if I can get the goat barn manure and bedding put up on the hillside and make a nice bed there for the winter type stuff. And then I'm going to clean out the run in here and get that out composting. And I got it. Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad in here. But I got to get that cleaned out and get that moved out. And then what I'm planning on doing is taking half of this run in. Now the run in is a 10 by 20. Okay. Plus it has a 10-foot overhang, not overhang, just the roof. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to take half of that and make that into a goat stall. I want to take my compost. I don't blame you. I don't offer one to take it. I'll tell you, because it takes time to make your own. I've got a little bit out here from the goat barn last year, okay, and that has composted down. But the chickens have also been through it, so there's not a whole lot left there. But I got a little bit I can put elsewhere, and so anyway, I'm going to put a goat stall here in the run-in. I got to simplify things because my son is talking about moving. Not just moving just out of the house. He's talking about moving out of the country. He is born and raised up in Canada. First part of his life, that's all he knew. And he thinks he wants to move back there. In his mind, he thinks it's a great place. And as a child, it was a great place. But, I'm sorry, there's good things and bad things about every place. Jersey. And I thought it was a great place to move back to. Well, when you are trying to make a living in New Jersey, and you don't make a whole lot of money, it's not such a great place to live, I'll tell you. Mine's moving too, but not out of the country. Yeah. It's like, it's hard because as his mother, I don't want him to go, but at the same time, as his mother, I know he needs to go. Okay. So he's leaving. His father's not accepting that he's leaving, but he is, and it's good. It's going to end up the way it's going to end up. Okay. He's a grown man. He needs to make his own decisions, make his own choices, and if need be, make his own mistakes. Okay. And that's just all part of it. Okay. So, yeah. So I need to simplify things because he's been helping me with goats. And he does a decent job, The goats trust him for the most part. But, I need to get things set up so that I can work them without help from him. There's a lot of things I've gotten a little bit better at. I can do some things without his help, but there's other things where you really need an extra pair of hands. That's right. But it tugs on the heartstrings. Yes, exactly. It does. So anyway, I'm hoping I can set up a decent system in here, and then I'll revamp the goat barn, and I'll still have the buck barn, but I want to expand the pen for the buck barn. So I'll have 3 different places where I can put goats for whatever reasons. Okay. For one thing, if Daisy's bred and going to kid, I keep looking at her to see. If she is, then I need to keep her away from the buck. Okay. So she would be one I would be keeping here permanently, pretty much. Unless the buck is locked up. Because I'm going to be milking her. With the price of milk, I tell you, today we bought a gallon of milk in the dollar store, Dollar General. And it was right around $5. Wow, that's high. I don't think I've ever paid that much for a gallon of milk. So I'm really hoping that she is. Praying that she is, and praying she has a successful kidding. I've been worried about her since she lost the kid last time. Now it worked out great for me because I was able to get the bottle calf and put the bottle calf on her. So now we've got Chucky, who is hopefully by the end of the summer, into fall, is going to be going to the butcher. Hopefully he puts on some more weight. But it's like I'm really feeding my husband and I. We're fine. Okay, we'll be fine. But I do worry about how my son's going to make out because he's not prepper minded. He's just, I've pretty much made sure there was food in the house. It's just the way I've done it. I mean, I've tried to teach him, but sometimes, or their father, so it's just, he needs to go, but I'm going to worry about him. to a certain degree, because I don't know how well he's going to make out up there. I mean, prices are going up. As far as I know, wages aren't going up. Availability is going down. Uh, I was looking at the Dollar General today, and there's a lot of empty space on shelves. But then again, that's not always that unusual for that store, because it seems like they're always restocking. I just don't know. I just don't know. People are keep talking. Yeah, it's tough for chicken broth to stretch the dog's food. Yeah, yep. And I'll tell you, uh, I'm getting just about every bit of Chucky back from the butcher. I mean, every bit of it that I can. And there's going to be some pieces that's going to be fed to Sheba, because her dog food is very expensive. It's over $30 for a bag, and that's why it's a good grain-free food, which is what she needs to have. Um, but supplementing with additional meat byproducts. I mean, she won't have a problem with a marrow bone, and she won't have a problem with other pieces of the steer that I'm not terribly fond of. You know, maybe a little bit of liver, little bit of kidney. You know, just to kind of stretch it. She gets eggs, well, at least one a day anyway. I figure that's we can do that. Now, if I ever get around to butchering some ducks, I have plenty of duck meat. So I mean, I'm not as worried about taking care of my carnivore pets. Uh, I think it would be all right. She will love it. I'm sure she will. you know, um, but I just him to leave at this time is going to weigh heavy on me. Okay, because I see things going bad quickly, and he's not seen this before. And even though I haven't really seen it, it's I mean it's been I mean they had the Great Depression, but I learned that in the history books. Okay, I didn't experience it. Even my own mother, she didn't experience it because she was a baby at the time. Um, but her mother experienced it, and there's a lot of things that her mother did um, that she did learn to do, like for instance, making sure the pantry stocked up very well during the good times. So that's what I'm working on. Well, I tell you, I bet you I know what stinks. I bet you it's right here in front of the door because the ducks congregate there and the chickens congregate there, and it's just muddy, and you get the old straw, all old hay, because I keep hay in here and I'm taking it out and it's always falling down there. I bet you that's what I'm smelling. So I'm gonna have to do something to clean that. I'd probably throw some lime down there. That's probably what I need to do. I have some lime, but I need to get some more. Yeah. So I mean, I'm doing what I can, and it's like I'll just tell them, look, if things get bad, if you can get here, we are here. Okay. Um, I said, I'll have food. I will. So um, I'm going to do the best I can to grow what I can. Now I don't know about storing. I've been getting um, canning jars. Freeze dry would be nice, but that is not. Um, I still have so much else to spend money on that I really need. That I mean, a freeze dryer is oh yeah, it would be nice to have kind of thing, but it's not a priority by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get one, but I can can. I do have a dehydrator. It's not a great dehydrator, but it does okay. For the price I paid, which was nothing. But it's better than nothing, right? And I can grow things. There's some stuff that will keep well without having to be frozen or refrigerated, just kept in cold. Do a cold storage setup. I'm thinking we haven't got our income tax return yet, but I did ask a young man to give me an estimate on building a back porch, and I'm thinking, I wonder if I can dig a hole where the back porch is going to go and put a hatch in the floor and put a cold storage there, just for things like, you know, winter squash, potatoes, onions, that kind of stuff. No freeze dryer for me. Yeah, I need things like fencing and a tractor. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, Christy, if you can get yourself a tractor, by all means, because that is something. We looked at a small tractor, and it's like it was cheaper than I thought it was going to be, but it was still out of our budget. Okay. So there's no tractor for me, as much as I really, 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 really could use one. But at this point, somebody's dreaming. At this point, even a four-wheeler would help me out a lot. But somebody doesn't want to spend the money, And unfortunately, he controls most of the major fund. I have a small amount of my own Social Security coming in, and that's what I use to do what I can around here on the farm. But he controls the rest of it, and he hates spending money. He absolutely hates spending money. But I told him, when that money comes in, okay, first of all, we haven't got the estimate for the back porch yet. I said, look, we need the back porch because then I can set up a washing machine back there. Okay. And we'll have a place for the new freezer. And yes, we're getting a new freezer because the one I've got is okay. And don't ask me how on earth the thing is still running. Okay. With all the moves we've had with it. Okay. And it's still going. Could you put a non-working freezer underneath the porch? Funny. Well, no, I'd have to dig in the ground anyway, because it's the porch is not going to be very high off the ground. I'd have to dig it into the ground anyway. But the dump is supposed to be saving a broken freezer for me. So we'll see when we go back in a few weeks whether or not they actually remember to save one for me. I said, he said, we'll save you one. I said, yeah, but I only come once a month. I said, you're still going to have, he said, let's see. Well, he might. I'll ask him. The guy at where you check in for the dump and you got to wait back and wait anyway at the weigh station. He's a pretty cool kid. I call him a kid because he's younger than I am. So anyway, yeah, but anyway, I was going to get a non-working chest freezer because it makes great feed storage. Okay. I don't mind what I've got right now. It's functional, but it'd be nice if I could set that up someplace where I know the animals couldn't get it, and maybe free up some space in here. I could stick it anywhere. I could stick it in the goat barn even if I have to, and keep goat feed in there because they wouldn't be able to get into it. Do you need help working on your homestead? Oh, Kimberly, I could always use help working on my homestead. There is so much that needs to be done. And my husband is just, he's not capable of doing a lot. He does some, but he's limited. Okay. And now with my son moving, that means it's pretty much even more so on me. Yes. By the way, hi, Kimberly. But everybody has their own home doing, and they have to deal with. And so I don't expect anything. There was a guy that was local here. I've been told he's a good worker, and I really would have liked to have been able to hire him, but I just don't know that I can. I think I'm going to get a little bit extra money, but by the end of the month, and by the end of the month, it's something has come up and I have to spend money, you know. And so I haven't been able to hire him, but I've been told he's a good worker. So what are you going to do? I just do the best I can with what I have to work with, which is this. It'd be great if I had a four-wheeler, at the very least a four-wheeler. It would be extremely helpful. A little extra power, okay, that I don't have just by doing it by hand. Like I have T-posts I need to pull up out of the ground, okay, which I need to get out there and see if I can get them up after this rain. And if I could rig up a pulley system, which I have a come along, I could probably use the four-wheeler to help pull it up. Okay. If I had a tractor, easy peasy to pull up a T-post, so long as you can get the tractor to it. But, you know, I don't have a tractor. I don't have a four-wheeler. This is what I have. So this is what I use, you know. I had a big car repair, put me in the poorhouse. Yeah, I hear that. Thankfully, we have been so fortunate in that my husband, every time we have to take it to the mechanic, my husband's like, it's going to cost a fortune, and it never does. The guy is great. If he can fix something on the cheap, he does. At the same time, people, I mean, it's a 99. I will pass your YouTube channel to my friend, hardworking 70-year-old, whose homestead that he was working on was sold by its heirs. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, man. Kimberly, you know, I am not opposed to someone setting up housekeeping on my property. Help me out. Okay. 70-year-old, he's the same age as my husband. But my husband just doesn't have it. I understand my grandson and I will be volunteering on an organic farm this summer. Oh, that'll be great fun. That'll be nice. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah, I had been in contact with a guy who had to be off his property. I forget where he was. I don't know if he was in Kentucky or another state, but we were communicating about the possibility of him coming here, but then all communication stopped. He never replied back to me. I don't know whatever happened, you know, so I didn't push it. So we'll see if something's meant to be in that way. I think it'll come about. You know, I'm not opposed to it. Anything. I don't have housing for them. They'd have to have their own housing, whether it be a trailer or put a shed somewheres. You know, I just don't have the housing. Because I can tell you right now, I don't think my husband would feel very good about a stranger moving into our house. Well, it's not very big anyway. You know, we've made it work with the three of us, but it'll be nice. That'll be one nice thing when my son moves out. We'll have more space. You know. Okay. Not the Facebook, because I'm not on it anymore. I just haven't gotten the link out of my channel. I gave up on Facebook. I just don't work out very well. I tried several times, and it's like it just doesn't work out well. So don't even bother with Facebook. YouTube is the best way at this point, because that's about the only social media I'm on these days. And I'd be on it more if I didn't have so much technical problems, but you know, it is what it is. So, and now my IT person is looking to leave me, so hopefully, you know, I don't have any further technical problems. I'm ready to live alone, but help would be great. Help is all, you know, I'll tell you something, Christy. Doing stuff by yourself. And that's what I am. I'm by myself, basically, okay, for most of what I do. Um, it's hard because it takes longer to get it done. If you have an extra pair of hands, oh, things can go so much faster. It really can. Now, um, my best friend is still talking about moving down here. But she's dealing with her husband who has stage 4 cancer and her elderly father who is in a nursing home and going downhill. This is what she tells me. So I wish you were in Fayette County and I would help you. Oh, Kimberly, yeah. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of it compared to New Jersey. Is a lot. There's a lot of Kentucky. So I understand. That's okay. It's a thought that counts. I appreciate it honestly. Now, please don't think I'm complaining. This is a reality thing, okay? Because I'm not. Because I'm doing what I can as I can with what I have to work with. God has given me hands and feet that work. And honestly, having had two sisters pass away, one with MS, one with RA, okay, that I am grateful that I am able, I've been doing, okay. Yes, it's harder than, say, if there was a young, strapping man around here to do it, okay. But I can still do it. I can still move. I can still function. It's just going to take me longer, but I can do it. So, you know, if I'm offered help and I get help, I appreciate the help. I do. Um, when I have the money, I pay something that it's beyond my ability to do. Like, for instance, this back porch, um, because it has to be squared and we're talking the roof. Okay. I'm willing to pay for it so long as it's within our financial means to do so. Okay. But other things, you know, I built the buck barn. Now, granted, there's two spots on the roof that don't have screws, that should have screws, but hey, at least most of it got done. Yes, health is the key. Um, yes, it is. And so long as I'm moving, yeah, I might be a little stiff some mornings, but I keep moving and that's going to keep me going. So it's just, but this is a reality thing that if there's anyone out there that is like me and trying to do this by themselves pretty much, you know, you got to understand it's not easy. It doesn't come easy. Um those garden boxes I've got, they're up on the hill, okay? And I got my compost dumped as close as I could, okay? And how I've been getting it up is I've been shoveling it into the muck bucket, but it's not full, but it's about, oh, I don't know, maybe about a third full. And I carry it up the stairs and I dump it in the box, okay? And I don't know how many trips it took to do it, but I did it. And some days I got more up there than other days. It all depended. Okay. But I got three boxes full. Okay. And I got the fourth one I got to do, but it still needs a little bit of topping off on the stuff in the bottom because it's such a deep one. And I don't want to fill the whole not right off when I don't need to. I just put a bunch of other stuff in the bottom to kind of elevate it. Like some of Sheba's bones that she's found out, deer bones and whatnot, that she's found out and about and brought back to home. Guess what? They're in that garden box. They're not going to get buried by compost. So there's going to be plenty of calcium in that particular garden bed. So, it's just, if you're by yourself or practically by yourself, and you're able to move and do things, don't let being by yourself stop you. If you have the land, even if it's just, a little postage stamp size lot. If you can move, you can do it. It just might take you longer, but you can still do it. How did? Well, I've been doing it. Check with a local Boy Scout, Girl Scout, or 4-H club that need experience or Eagle Scout project. Well, I don't know. I don't know of any Boy Scouts around here. 4-H, well, I had a 4-H contact prior to COVID, and right now I'm just not sure what they're doing. I just have to pace myself. 65 now. Yeah. You pace yourself. You do what you can as you can. You can shift a couple of shovelfuls. Okay, that's a couple of shovelfuls more than what you had before. So it's just little by little, one bite at a time. That's all you got to do. Just one bite at a time, and eventually you get there. I am trying to put the push on with this, but I tend to overdo it. That's another thing. You got to know when you've had your limit, and you got to stop. Okay. Now that is one thing with my husband, is I have to stop because I have to prepare dinner. Okay. So I do have that, cut off where, okay, I'm working. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to do that. Sometimes I wish I'd just keep right on going because I'm feeling pretty good. But I guess maybe having that cut off is a good thing because it makes me stop, So I guess she's getting bored. She's going to sleep now. Well, it's been over an hour, and I've got to get our dinner in the oven to warm up. We've been having an early dinner because the days are getting longer, and so I can work after dinner. So we just have just warming up leftovers. But yes, I'm 60. I feel 40 until I overdo it. Yes. Yep. Exactly. There are days I have all kinds of energy. There are the days like I don't want to get up out of bed. Actually, the days that are really bad. It's the ones that are cold. When it gets cold, that's when I have a hard time moving to get stuff done. Okay, I'll be honest, the cold just seems to bother me more these days. And you know what? The heat does too. So in the summer heat, I'm out in the early morning and I'm out in the evening. Okay, when it's the hottest part of the day, that's when I'm in the house. Okay, one or the other. My bones hate cold. Yes. Oh, I hear that. And I packed away my sweaters yesterday. I said, "This is it, winter. You're done. That's it. No more." We had snow in the morning. I said, "Well, no, the sweaters are getting packed away. I'm packing away the sweaters. Okay, I'm keeping the one sweatshirt for working, around the farm in the morning. It's still chilly. You need that." So, but anyways, okay, I really do have to get off this computer. So, anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Hopefully next week I'll have a better, have something more. Sheba, feel sorry for her because she's got to be on lockdown. I feel so bad. Have a great evening. You too, Kimberly. And I will see you all next week, if not sooner, and probably won't be until next week because that's just the way the technology is going for me these days. So I'll see you later. I hit the wrong button. No. Come on. Come on. Where you at? Cancel that. There we go. Now we're ending.